Hey y'all, thanks for joining me for this short and nourishing yin yoga practice. We're going to go ahead and get started on our backs. So take some time to land there, gathering the props that you need. Maybe you've got some blocks, some bolsters, some pillows, maybe a mat beneath your body. Once you find yourself flat against the earth, allow your feet to come a little wider than the body and knock the knees inward. And once that happens, notice what the low back feels like. Maybe there's this gentle tuck of the tail to lengthen the spine as you press into the feet. Maybe there's this sense of effortlessness through the shoulders, through the elbows, through the wrists. Allowing yourself to land here. Maybe you ask yourself, what does it feel like to be me right now? Noticing how the body feels in this moment, noticing the thoughts and anything else coming to surface. After you check in with yourself, let the hands land on the ribs, maybe the belly, to connect further with the breath. We'll take 5 lengthened inhales and exhales here without any sense of urgency. Let the inhale come in through the nose as the ribs fill. And let the exhale bring softening. 4 more like that. Ride the wave of your breath. Inhale fills and exhale softens. Riding that wave, noticing what it feels like to be you in this moment. And once you feel satiated with connecting to the breath here, start to gently find some knee knocks. And reminding yourself that the goal here, when we're taking this little rock side to side, is to find some natural mobility through the hip hole. So instead of worrying about what this looks like, might you invite yourself to be with what it feels like? Maybe the legs move out, then in. Maybe there's just one leg moving at a time here. This doesn't need to be anything other than what it is. We got just a few yin shapes that we're practicing today, and our first one will be the banana pose, banana asana. Reach your arms and legs far away from each other. Take up some space here. And then start to guide the two ankles, two heels over to the left. Once you've noticed some right side body sensation through the hip, through the side, pause and see if you'd like a little more. Maybe you cross the right ankle over the left. And then last little thing you can do to add on here is to grab a hold of the right wrist with the left hand and bring the upper body up and over to the left. We'll linger here for 7 breaths, breathing into the side body, noticing with kind and loving awareness. Each time you take these breaths in your yin poses, could you become a little more aware of what it feels like to breathe deeply? Does it bring a little more spaciousness to the body? Does it bring a little more peace or balance to the mind? Last couple of moments here, lingering for just a little longer, but knowing that you can stay for a lot longer if that's where you're craving to be. As you feel called to undo this shape, bring yourself back through to center and hug the knees into the chest. Find yourself a little rock side to side, and then eventually we'll take this over in the other direction. First, you'll lengthen the body, arms and legs reach away from each other. Then the two heels, the two ankles start to walk to the right as you notice a gentle sensation through the left side. Maybe the left ankle crosses over the right. Maybe you grab a hold of the left wrist with the right hand and start to make your little crescent moon banana shape. Find those sweet spots to breathe into here. Couple more breaths here, letting yourself be heavy and held, basking in the sensation that you're able to experience here. Reminding yourself that you are the guide here, just using my words as a suggestion along the way. Once you've had your fill of this side opening, gently guide yourself back through to center and plant the 2 feet. Take a couple of rolling bridges here. Press into the feet, press into the shoulders, tuck the tail. Maybe there's just a tiny hover off the earth and lower back down. 3 more like that, finding your extension. Press into the feet, lift the hips, and lower yourself back down. 1 or 2 more here. Let it be a nice ride, a good sensation, a nice release. And maybe you've got 1 more cooking. We're going to come into our final shapes here. Shoelace pose. Lift the right leg to the sky, lift the left leg. Cross the left ankle over the right and hug the knees into the chest. This could be your shoelace pose, or perhaps you work for the 2 knees to cross each other. Maybe you hold the toes, the feet, the ankles, working to keep the hips in some essence of alignment. Knowing that this looks and feels different for all bodies, just finding your place to land. Maybe there's some rocks, maybe there's some stillness, just letting it be yours. Last thing you can do to add on here is you might choose to drop this shape over to the right, releasing the shoelace and coming in to a twisted figure 4. Regardless if you're still in shoelace or in the twist, 4 more breaths. As you undo the twist, same but different. Lift the left leg, lift the right. This time, cross the right ankle over the left, hug the knees into the chest. Little rocks and rolls here could be really nourishing, but you might also work the 2 knees stacking over each other. This time, I've got my right knee on top of my left, finding little shimmies side to side, but ultimately melting into the earth beneath me, finding that sweet taste of stillness that the yin practice can offer us. And just like the other side, you could stay, or maybe you drop the shape to the left, coming into that figure 4 twist. Letting it be however it shows up, but knowing that that is more than enough. As we're in our last couple of moments here, see if there's anything else you need before we take a short but sweet rest. Maybe there's another little bridge pose, a happy baby. For me, I'm coming back into knee knocked shape. Bringing my feet wide, my knees together, and using this shape in this moment for a taste of rest. Maybe you're still practicing. Maybe you've shut the eyes down and found some stillness. 6 breaths left here, and we'll close our practice. with some curiosity and some grace. Start to welcome yourself back. A wiggle of the fingers, the toes. And if you're anything like me, you might linger a little longer as you are. You might make some shapes to bring you back up to seated. No rush either way. Let your hands find your body. Maybe they find heart center. Pausing in this moment, sending your body gratitude. Shining that gratitude outward to the original stewards of the land that you're practicing on and honoring the original stewards of this practice of yoga. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope this practice continues to bring you peace.